Hello my friends, and welcome back to Pernille Lillerose's kitchen from Divine Feminine Flow. This morning I woke up with these ears, and that happens sometimes, and it's usually a sign that I need to make some fairy food. And luckily I had already started making kraut made from purple cabbage and beets. I started that almost 3 weeks ago, so I just checked to see if it was ready, and it is. So I'm going to share with you today, because I'm going to make some kraut crackers, dehydrated kraut crackers. I have never made it before, so I'm very excited, and I thought I'll make a little video and share it with you, and then we'll see how they come out. Just so you know, with the kraut, I started that I think almost 3 weeks ago, and you just shred the cabbage and the beets small, and then you add salt, about 2% salt per amount of cabbage that you use. So I put that all in there with the salt, and then you massage it, and then the brine starts coming on, and then it gets really wet. And then what I do then, I have this is a water filled with water, so it's heavy as a weight on top of it. And then I have this little plate that I put on top that presses it down. And then on top of the kraut, I just took a few of the leaves from the cabbage and put it on top to cover it. So we're going to take all that out. So now there is this delicious kraut underneath. Looks beautiful, red. So what I'm going to do now is put that in the food processor with I grated some ginger just before I started today, and I ground up some pecan nuts and some flax seeds that is now flax meal. So that's all going to go in there, and then it's going to make this nice mush, and I'm going to put that on on the trays for my dehydrator. So let's do that and see what happens. Like I say, this is my first time, so I'm quite excited about it. And I am going to keep some of the kraut just to eat it, because it's good stuff. And having it as crackers, that I think is really good fairy food. So I think there's for 2 batches here, so I'm going to use half of the ginger and half of the pecans and half of the flaxseed. And I'm going to turn it off, and here we are. This is now just kind of really nice mush. So now I'm going to take one of the trays for the dehydrator, and then I put one of these on, which means that you can I can just spread it out. And so I'm going to spread it out fairly thin. This is going to be so good. So I'll just come back in. So here we are. I got exactly 3 trays out of my batch, and I have used 2 red cabbages and about 4 beets, and then the right amount of salt. So that makes 3 trays for now, plus I left a little just here to enjoy on the side. So now they're going to go into the dehydrator at about 110, 115 temperature so that it stays raw. And I'm going to leave it in there for a few hours. And then I'm going to flip them over and take out this little thing that I put it on. I'm going to flip them over so that they have the air underneath, and then they're going to dry faster. So I will be back when they're done, and then we'll see how they taste. So here we are the next morning after the crackers have been in the dehydrator for about 12 hours total. First I put them in when I still had the sheet on that I was spreading it out on yesterday. And then after about 4 hours I checked it to see if it was more firm, and it was. And then I flip them over and take out the sheet so that basically now it is finishing up through this plastic where there's air coming through. And then I pulled out these 3 trays, and what I did when I flipped them around, then I score them so that they have their individual size as a cracker. And now they're done, and I will show you. So they're not perfectly scored because they're breaking a little bit, but this is basically what it looks like after it has been, see, there's holes in it. So next time I should make it a little thicker so that it does not, when it dries, you know, it shrinks, and then there's areas where it's too thin, it just gets holes in it. But here they are, and I already had a little taste, and it's really, I like it. It has definitely that sour kraut taste and more. It's hard to describe. It's probably not for everyone, but if you are a foodie like I am, then it's just fun to make fairy food and all kind of things. So I would put some, this is vegan cheese, and I'm going to taste it. Really, really good. When you put some of this cheese on it, it changes the whole flavor from when it's just plain cracker. So here it is, my friends. Give it a try. Thank you. Bye-bye.